say embarrassed because it is a serious allegation. Discrimination against any state in India is dangerous. More particularly, discrimination against Tamil Nadu is still more dangerous because Tamil Nadu is already famous for parochialism and linguistic fanaticism. So I request the Honorable Railway Minister to investigate the allegation and place the answer before this House, sir. Sir, I support the grant placed before our Honorable Railway Minister. I am also having some demands for the consummation by the Railway Ministry. Sir, my constituency is Kadalur in Tamil Nadu. Kadalur is a headquarter town. It is also a headquarter town of my constituency. It is a port town. It is also an industrial town. In the heart of this town, there is a level crossing at Thirupavaliur. This level crossing is having enormous traffic density, and there is no railway overbridge. And the people of this town have been demanding a railway overbridge on this level crossing. Their demand is genuine, and it is a decadal demand. The people of this town blame the member of the parliament. So I request the Honorable Railway Minister to look into the matter with attention and include the construction of the railway overbridge, at least in the next 3 years, works program. Otherwise, sir, my people will stage a dharna in front of my house. In response to their dharna, then I will be constrained to stage a dharna in front of the Railway Bhavan or in front of the Honorable Railway Minister's house. Hence, sir, I request the Railway Minister may please to look into the matter with attention. Secondly, sir, in my constituency, there are several unmanned railway gates. All of us know the unmanned railway gates are dangerous spots and accident-prone spots. And so I request the Honorable Railway Minister to man all the unmanned railway gates with utmost attention and also immediately, sir. Then, sir, there are number of accident claims case pending. About 1,841 accident claim case are pending. This means that there are 1,841 families are suffering, and about 10,000 persons are suffering because of this pendency. So I request the Honorable Finance Minister to see that these cases are expedited and the compensations are awarded. And with these observations, sir, I support the demand. Thank you.
Mr. Kalia Puramal. Perumal.
Honorable Chairman, sir, I rise to support the bill presented by my honorable friend, Dr. Vallal Perumal. The bill is having two objectives. One is 15% reservation in the total number of posts of senior level. The second object is reservation in proportion to population of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. And these two objectives are really laudable. Sir, share in political power, administrative power, and also economic power are compulsions for the advancement of the SCs and STs, socially, economically, and politically. And this share shall be a fair share. Fair share, I am of the view, the share in proportion to their population. So if you want to do justice to those who have been put into injustice for centuries, then this proportional representation is inevitable. That is justice. And our Indira Gandhi, the former Prime Minister, once told that justice is the very foundation of human survival. Its denial will be an invitation to violence. So I want that if this justice is not done, it means that we are inviting violence. And hence, sir, I support the objective of this bill. But at this stage, we are not giving reservation in proportion to their population. In the 1991 census, the percentage of population of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe was 16.48 and 8.08%. So the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes constitute 1/4 of the Indian humanity. But we have not reserved 25% jobs for these downtrodden section. And secondly, sir, even the present reservation is not fully implemented. For example, in the central government services, Group A post, the SC's representation is 9.31 and the ST's representation is 3.06. In Group B post, the representation of scheduled caste is 12.17. The representation of scheduled tribes is 2.35. In Group C post, the representation of scheduled caste is 15.91 and of scheduled tribe is 5.43. In Group D post, excluding sweepers, the representation of the SCs is 20.73 and of scheduled tribes is 6.87. In one category of posts, they are fully provided, and that is sweepers. In the sweepers post, they represent 64.35 and scheduled tribes 3.71. Those are only in scavengers post. They are fully employed and exceeds the quota. Then, sir, in the public sector undertakings also, the representation of the scheduled tribes and the scheduled caste is dismal, pathetic, and pitiable. Sir, in Group A service, public sector undertakings, the representation of the scheduled caste is 6.40%, and the representation of the scheduled tribe is 1.54%. In Group B services, representation of scheduled caste is 9.05% and the representation of scheduled tribes is 2.53%. In Group C posts, sir, the representation is 19.20 and the representation of the scheduled tribes is 9.01. And even in this case, in sweeper post, the representation is 30.79 and 19.73. Then, sir, in banking sector also, the representation is very poor. In the nationalized banks, the scheduled caste represents officers cadre 10.24. The representation of SC/ST 3.34. In clerical cadre, the representation of scheduled caste is 14.45. The representation of scheduled tribes is 4.56. In sub-staff, it is 23.30 SCs, and the representation of STs is 5.84. Even here, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes dominate in sweepers posts. The scheduled caste, representation of scheduled caste is 52% in the sweepers post. The representation of scheduled tribes is 5.29 in the sweepers post. So also, sir, in the matter of educational services also, their position is pathetic. Sir, in the Jawaharlal Nehru University, the representation of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in the matter of in jobs of lecturers, 4%. In the Delhi University, the representation is less than 1%. In Vishwa Bharati, the representation is only 7%. In Hyderabad University, it is 7%. In Pondicherry only, it is 18%. Even in IGNOU, it is 6%. In Banaras Hindu University, the representation of scheduled caste and tribes comes to 12.5%. In the AMU, it is a pathetic 0.2%. In the Jamia Millia, it is 1.3%. Thus, we are rendering injustice to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. And so, sir, we have taken several measures for the betterment of the SCs and STs. But I am of the view that all those measures are not fully implemented. So the Commission or SC/ST remarks, I quote, "The achievements, however, do not measure up to the great expectations of the founding fathers of our nation." It is 100% true. We are not honest in the upliftment of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, sir. And so, sir, I welcome the bill presented by my honorable friend. Then, sir, creamy layer is an instrument to render justice to the poor among the OBCs. Some of the honorable members I support the creamy layer since it is an instrument to render justice to the poorest of the poor among the OBCs. Sir, I want to submit one more thing at this juncture. The Supreme Court has delivered a judgment on the Mandal Commission report. I am of the view that the Supreme Court judgment on Mandal Commission report does not in any way affect the interests of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. It is entirely different matter. The reservation for backward classes does not in any way affect the reservation of the SCs and STs. Both are separate. Both are backward. Both are downtrodden. Both are socially downtrodden. And so, sir, I submit that there is no clash of interest between SCs, STs on the one hand and backward classes on the other. With these observations, sir, I wholeheartedly welcome the bill moved by my honorable member and friend Dr. Vallar Burman.
P.P. Kalia Perumal.
डेलीगेशन आता है ना अगर आपकी इच्छा हो 4 बजे उठा करें कुछ मेंबर आ जाए
Yes.
Area under sugarcane crop is declining year after year, and consequently, production of sugar has been decelerating. The decline in sugar production is around 1 million tons during the year 93-94 as compared to that of 1992-93, and 3.5 million tons as compared with the production of 1991-92. The gap between the demand and supply of sugar has been widening, and consequently government had to import sugar to meet the demand. Hence it is imperative to maximize the production of cane. The main reason for the deceleration of the area of sugarcane cultivation is that sugarcane cultivators have not been paid remunerative price for their produce. The sugarcane cultivators have been demanding remunerative price for sugarcane, and the factories have been rejecting their demand. In Kadalur, Tamil Nadu, the sugarcane cultivators have stopped supply of sugarcane to the EID Pari sugar factory of Nellikuppam by demanding price at the rate of ₹100 per quintal. The factory have rejected their claim